Hello everybody, hello everyone, welcome to a bit of a DIY project for this Samhain. Do you remember this guy? Do you remember this giant planchette that I accidentally bought last year for my Ouija board DIY? Oh, and my stress cat's back. Say hello to my stress cat again, isn't he adorable? I found him again and I was like, oh my god, stress cat, hi, I love you now. You're my new favourite thing again. So yeah, my last DIY was a Ouija board, which I'm still very proud of, love it. But I accidentally got this planchette, which was 10 times too big, and I couldn't be bothered to return it, so I was like, I'm going to keep this, and next year for Samhain I'm going to create something else. What that was, no clue. And I stared at this thing for hours trying to think, what on earth can I turn this into? And I thought, there's one thing I haven't got yet. I've got absolutely everything under the sun, but one thing I haven't got is a wheel of the year. Just anything to tell me what the sabbats are. So I thought, I'm going to turn this planchette somehow into a wheel of the year, haunted edition. It took me about a week on and off. So there's no continuity in this video at all. You'll see my outfit change, my rings disappear and reappear. Yeah, this took forever because, like, behind the scenes I've had some health stuff going on. We won't go there, forget that. So this turned into such a fun project, such a cool idea. Like, I had no idea how I'd pull this off, but I somehow did. It was very good, I love it. So I started by painting the base with black and gold. I had just enough of this really cool shiny gold enamel type paint stuff left. It was very, very close to running out, and I was very scared that I was going to run out. Thankfully I did not. So here's me very carefully, because this is definitely one of those projects where one wrong move and it's all over. The stress levels were high, hence the stress cat. I needed my stress cat for this. So the base is black and gold. I thought, very nice colour palette. And I split up 2 sides. Each side is 4 sections, 4 segments, to try and fit in all of the different sabbats throughout the year. So it's not exactly a wheel of the year, it's more a planchette of the year. But I don't care, never mind, it doesn't matter. I actually like the fact that it's not a wheel, because it was a challenge that I had to overcome. And I did. So I used some gold washi tape to make the segments a bit more noticeable and to add that cool shiny gold effect. You know what I'm like with my shiny things. Everything has to be shiny. So yes, I couldn't be bothered to do like a pen thing. I was so worried about getting things wrong. So I just thought, I'm going to cut out some strips of this really shiny, lovely gold, and then separate each segment. So there's 4 segments, all neatly prepared and ready. And they are ready for some little ghosties. Some cute little ghosties. My idea was, how do I make this Halloween? How do I make this Samhain? How do I make this spooky in any way? Because that's the point. And I thought, ghosties, because I really love my ghosty that I did for my Samhain Book of Shadows page last year. I love my ghost design that I did. Like, really simple but so cute and effective. So I was like, I'm gonna do a ghost for every single sabbat. I'm gonna have a LITHA ghost, a MABON ghost, a YULE ghost. Like, all of them are just gonna be ghosts, but they're gonna be wearing different attire. It's kind of like imagine like a runway model thingy where it's like, now we've got the Samhain ghost model walking down the runway, and they're wearing all the cool stuff for that. And then it's like, here's the LUGHNASADH ghost with their things. You'll understand when I start doing the actual ghosties, and they're adorable, and I love each and every one of them, and I can't decide which one is my fave. That's a nose jump scare there. I don't know why editing me decided to zoom in there. But as you can see, I'm rambling. I did a pentacle in the middle. I had to add something in that middle part. So I had some leather string strap stuff, and I painstakingly made a pentacle in the middle, and it turned out very well. But it was incredibly annoying though. I hated every second of it. Here's me double checking that I've got all of them in the right order. I was so certain I would mess this up, like really badly mess it up. I was like, I've got to make sure I get the correct sabbat and the correct ghost in its correct place, or I am screwed. So here's me doing the fun parts. I actually cut out loads of that initial first phase of setting it up, because that took like 2 hours. It was mental. Like, I've got 4 hours of footage in total. 4 hours is what it added up to this time. Wow. That's got to be a record for me, right? So I had to narrow 4 hours of me doing this and narrow it down into an hour's worth. It was not easy. So anyway, because it's Samhain, I thought I'm gonna start with the Samhain ghost, because this one's gonna be easy, right? Pretty simple and straightforward, absolutely adorable. So I'm doing off the top of my head as well, which probably wasn't the best idea, which you'll see later why that wasn't the greatest idea, but also kind of was the greatest idea. So yeah, I'm just off the top of my head, I'm like, what makes me think of insert sabbat here? And then I just roll with it. So for my Samhain ghosty, I decided a witch hat, of course a witch hat. And then I thought they could be holding a little trick-or-treat basket, but in the shape of a skull. I thought that'd be kind of cute. And I actually have notes this time, so I can tell you my thought process instead of just improvise like I always do. So for Samhain, I put 31st of October, Samhain, and then I put wearing a purple witch hat and holding a skull container. Straightforward, to the point, does the job. And then I put why? And then my notes say, Samhain is the witch's new year and a time when the veil is at its thinnest. The witch hat symbolises magic and mystery. And the skull basket is all about death and rebirth and honouring the spirits and whatnot. That's what I've got down for that one. So I decided there was no way on God's green earth I was going to do the actual design directly onto the planchette, because if I messed it up in any way, that would have been it. I would have rage quitted immediately. I was already going through some, personal health issues going on. Like, I'd been to hospital testing, blood tests, you name it. Loads of things were happening during this time, so I wasn't particularly in the best of moods to do such a big project. I don't know how I got this done, but I'm glad I did. So I decided to use sticker paper instead. So I got an A4 sticker paper and then did my design in pencil first, of course, and then got my faithful black pen out and did the outline of the ghostie with the nice black pen. Exactly what I did for the Book of Shadows page design. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. Look at them, they're so cute. And then I wanted to add a bit of colour. I kind of didn't, because you know me, I'm not a very colourful person. I like blandness, but I thought, nah, I'm gonna add some colour into this. So I decided on a purple witch hat. Personally, my favourite colour of witch hat is purple instead of black. And then the silver pen. My silver pen that I always use was used for the shadows, just to add a bit of shadow. They're not the best shadows. I'm not very good at shadows, but it just gives that little extra effect of a shadow. And I used bright orange for the little trick-or-treat basket, because I'm trying to match the colours with the sabbat as well. Try and, yeah, somehow make them all relate to the sabbat a bit more, because, yeah. This was such an improvised piece, and I don't know how any of it worked. Because I didn't even measure. I didn't even bother to measure the size of the ghosts before I designed them. I was just like, I'm sure it'll fit, it'll be fine. So this is me trying to figure out if it even works, and then I'm like, I like this, it kind of works. I can see something, I can see a vision coming together very slowly here. And so on goes ghostie number 1 of Samhain, yeah. Very carefully, and boom, look at that. Perfect. Great first start. So now I knew that my plan was doable at this point now, and I'm like, okay. Now I can just get on with it and design these little ghosties. So I decided to work my way back from Samhain and just sort of go back from there. So my next ghostie is MABON. MABON ghostie. So here's me going way over the guideline. I put like at least a bit of a guideline as to how big it should be, because I didn't want to ruin it, but that soon went out of, yep, I didn't do it properly. I improvising the whole thing. It's become a thing I do now. I just improvise the entirety of everything and just hope it works. And I don't know how I get away with this. But anyway, MABON ghostie, look at it! I'm sorry. I'm just so proud of my ghosties. My little gang of ghosties. My little gang of ghosties. It's like Avengers. It's like the Avengers assemble, but it's sabbats. It's like Ghost of the Sabbats assemble. They make a great team, all of them put together. It's like they all have personalities, I think. It's like you could easily come up with a story for each one. And you could kind of see that they've got their own little personalities. They're so cute. Anyway, where was I? Yes, MABON. So I've put wearing a deer skull mask with antlers and a red autumn leaf garland. because it's posh like that. And I put why, and it says, I put MABON is the autumn equinox, a time of balance and nature's descent. I put the antlers reflect the wild spirit of the forest, while the leaves represent the changing season and the bounty of harvest. That's what was going on in my brain at that time. I wanted an excuse to have a deer skull. I just needed that in my life, so I thought MABON Ghosty can have that. I'm sorry, they make me laugh. I don't know why they make me laugh, these designs. I kind of want to like have them as merch or something. I can imagine them on a t-shirt or something like that. Or like a group of stickers or something. But yes, for the colours, for MABON, I was definitely feeling brown, red, orange. Just full on autumn. Just get full on giving autumn vibes. Like, I love autumn. I am such an autumn. I am an autumn. So here we go. I've skipped a load of the faffing about and just dive straight into when I place them. So again, luckily they fit fine and I'm quite happy. I forget to do the silver pen shadow, which is something I keep doing for some reason. I'm always at the last minute, hang on a minute, there's something different, and then I'm like, it's the shadows, I forgot my silver pen, which, how dare I betray my silver pen like that. Anyway, moving on. The next ghosty is, I believe, LUGHNASADH or LAMAS. Depends on which one you want to say. I say LUGHNASADH because it's more of the Wiccan pagan style instead of the... I think LAMAS is a bit more of a Christian-y one. Now this was a fun little fella to make. So I decided, I'm looking at my notes again, I put wearing a yellow wheat hat, a bit like a scarecrow, I was going for scarecrow vibes, and a corn doll, and also holding a scythe, as you do. This is the only one who has a deadly weapon. But yeah, like when I think of LUGHNASADH and LAMAS, I just think wheat. I just like that, like it's just wheat, bread, corn, that kind of vibe. So I definitely wanted a straw hat. That was an obvious choice, in my opinion, just so obvious. So I tried my best to make it look like a little raggedy straw hat. I didn't go full scarecrow, but I wanted a bit of a scarecrow vibe. And then, yeah, the traditional corn doll that people make, I had to include that. I wanted to include it somehow. I didn't know how, so I just thought I'll do like a necklace and have the doll hanging off. Even though, do these ghosts have necks? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the anatomy is of these ghosties. There's a lot of rule breaking with the anatomy, which you'll see later. Probably my favourite ghost of them all, which never fails to make me laugh. So what else did I put? Did I say why I did it? I put why this Sabbath celebrates the first grain harvest. The wheat and corn doll are symbols of abundance and tradition. And then I put the scythe represents the reaping of the season's hard work. Yeah. So it's not scary. It's not scary ghosty. He's just symbolising things. He's harmless, I promise. It's so cute. I don't know why this one's a he. It looks like a he to me. In my mind, it's a he. So I went for yellow, obviously, because of wheat and corn and all that. Gave him a nice bright yellow straw hat and brown handle for the scythe. And a more of a gold pencil. They're just normal pencils, they're nothing special, they're just literally crayons for kiddies, which is fine. But yeah, I used like a gold one for the corn doll. Just trying to get that wheat vibe. And then for the scythe, silver obviously, and I used my silver pen for that. I remembered to do the shadows for this one. And there it is. Time to get this guy on here. Again, it overlapped, but then I didn't mind it actually. I was like, I thought it actually was kind of cool that they don't fit perfectly in their segments and they kind of overlap with each other a bit. Like you can see just with the three of them, it's a proper vibe, innit? It's a proper vibe, like a little gang of friends. Yeah, once I saw the three of them, I was like, oh yes, now we're talking. Now I'm feeling this project. I wasn't feeling it at first, but now definitely I'm loving this at this point. You can see I've finished my Pentacle now. That's all done and dusted. I had to use like super glue for that, so it was very messy and I didn't like doing that, but it looks great. Yeah, this was supposed to be LITHA, and it was cute with his sunglasses. With some sunglasses and a sunflower crown, wearing a mirror, like a sun mirror, and holding a sunflower, but I overshot it, didn't I? That's what I get for improvising. I overshot and made is too thick. And I had to unfortunately say goodbye to this first attempt at the LITHA ghost. But it's okay, I'll use them for something else, I'm sure. So this is round 2 of LITHA, where I've learnt my lesson and I'm like, okay, you need to be slimmer to fit in. And I also decided to change up the design a bit. There was too many sunflowers. I wanted just one sunflower. Had to keep the sunglasses. This one is the coolest out of the gang. So I did a nice little sunflower, and it was supposed to be a sun crown, like a sun tiara type thing, but it just looks like a mohawk. But it's fine, I rolled with it anyway. It's supposed to be a sun hat. It just looks like a mohawk. But with the sunglasses, they look like such a cool dude. Definitely the coolest in the gang, you know, the popular one. I feel like they need to have like a bike, like a motorcycle as well. They'd be off partying hard. I kind of like it though, because that's kind of LITHA in a nutshell anyway. I feel like LITHA would be the cool one out of the group. So in my notes I put wearing a sun crown and a pair of sunglasses, holding a sunflower. And then I put why? LITHA is the summer solstice, when the sun is at its peak, The sunflowers represent solar energy and blooming life, and the sunglasses are a cheeky nod to that full sunshine power. This one is probably my least favourite design out of all of them. I'm not too impressed with the sun hat. It's not giving sun, in my opinion. It's giving mohawk. But in a way, I kind of like it. I keep changing my mind. Look at them. So yeah, for colour-wise, again with the yellows, I went for a much more brighter yellow and some more orange because of the sunflower. And then I think I add a bit of green. So a bit of green gets introduced for the first time. Because I'm trying really hard to make the colours match with the overall vibe of the Wheel of the Year. How different colours can, like all the colours kind of change in shades and tones and things like that. So here we are. Number 2 is now going in. And they fit. I still love my other one though. The one that's just at the top there. I'm going to probably put that in a scrapbook or something. I'll use them, don't worry about it. And now we have the first 4. Only 4 more to go. Me double checking, making sure. It's getting me stressed out as well on the stress cat. Right, ghost number 5. Which is my favourite one. Okay, this is Beltane. Okay, Beltane, ghosty. So, fire immediately came to mind. I mean, it is the festival of fire after all. How can I explain myself for this one? Okay. Right, alright, hang on, right. Just hear me out for a second. Hear me out. Don't switch off. Just hear me out for a second, okay? Let me explain myself, please. Okay. I'm gonna go to my notes. My notes will probably explain it way better. Right, I've put wearing a flower crown with I think it's snowdrops in it. No, it isn't. Hawthorn, that's what it was. Hawthorn. Hawthorn flower crown, which is great. Holding a candle. Sorry, I can't take myself seriously. And then I put I put with one cheeky, sexy leg poking out. Let me explain. Hear me out. I put why? Beltane is about fire, fertility, and fun. The flowers reflect passion and growth. The candle represents the sacred fire. And then I just put... and the leg? Well, it's Beltane. We're letting loose. Sexy fun times. I mean, Beltane is more, for lack of better words, sexy. It's passionate, it's fiery, it's sexy. I wanted to represent that somehow, and my brain went to a fishnet stocking leg with a red stiletto. Why do they have leg? Do the other ghosts have legs? I don't know. This one does. And they want to show it off. Now you can see why my favourite is Beltane. Because of the sexy leg. I'm not quite sure I got the anatomy quite right here. It's a little bit awkward. But nevertheless, I love them. I love them so much. I think I managed to... I nailed this one. I nailed Beltane. Beltane that's on point. You can't get any more Beltane than this. They're both cute with a little bit of sexy. So colour-wise, red. Definitely red. So I made sure that their little stiletto was red. And also the berries were red and the fire is red. Lots of red for this one. And then I thought pink was a good colour. And first time I think we have pink in the lineup. And then I went for some green as well. Because we're slightly getting to the other side of the year where it's all green and lots of growth and flowers and things come into the mix. Oh yeah, I didn't do the shading for poor LITHA ghost, and I was like, how could I keep forgetting this? I just keep forgetting. And I was like, it's okay LITHA, it's fine, I'm coming to rescue you. You're gonna have shadows as well. And it's not very, like, it doesn't translate very well on camera, but the silver pen, if you know, you know. If you follow me, you know I like my silver and gold pens. It is very shiny in person. It doesn't pick up as much on camera, but in person, very shiny, so it's just got this really cool effect. So here I am placing Beltane. Perfect. Perfect, lovely. It is my masterpiece. They're all so cute in their own special way. Right, moving on. Ghost number, what are we at now? 6? I think 6, ghost number 6. Good old OSTARA. Now, OSTARA was pretty obvious, and I went kind of very obvious for this one. So I went for bunny ears, of course. Of course! How could it be anything else other than bunny ears? And then I also put a little butterfly, because I felt like they were lacking something, because they have an egg basket as well. I decided to just, you know, like I say, simple egg basket. You've got to have an egg involved for OSTARA. So they're holding a nice little wicker basket with a decorated egg inside. But I thought the bunny ears and the egg were a little bit too just generic. So I added the cute little butterfly companion. The only ghostie who has a butterfly friend or some sort of companion with them. And I think that's super cute. So in my description on my notes, I've put wearing bunny ears, holding a basket of eggs. I didn't put down the butterfly in my notes. But I put Y, and I put OSTARA is the spring equinox, celebrating fertility, rebirth and balance. The bunny and egg are traditional symbols of new life and joy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this one's very simple. Probably the most simple design out of all of them, but just so cute though. I feel like this one is the sensible one out of the whole gang. Like, this is the one who keeps to themselves, a bit of an introvert, quite shy, but they're also kind and sweet. And they've got a little butterfly friend. I don't know why my mind went to butterfly. To put a butterfly on there. I think it's just because of the whole, like, joy thing. Just that feeling of playfulness and joy and, yeah, like childlike sort of thing. So I gave him a little friend. Oh, adorable. I'm trying to think why this took 4 hours. I had 4 hours of footage in total. I think it's because I had to keep breaking off all the time. It got so annoying at one point when I had to keep breaking off and having breaks, like resting breaks, because like my fatigue's been just so bad lately. But colour-wise, for OSTARA guy, I put sort of pastels. I was thinking pastels, pastel, and baby blue, baby pink, that kind of vibe. Definitely the sweetest of all the gang, definitely. So just different shades of blue and some pink bunny ears. You can tell the editing, I've like cut out so much time. Everything took forever to do. But in goes OSTARA. And again, a bit too big for the segment, but I don't care. I kind of like the overlaps. They look cute together. Who'd have thought Beltane and OSTARA would be cute together? Anyway, moving on. Up next in the gang is Brain. Help me. What's next? What's before? What's before OSTARA, Brain? Now's not the time to be brain fogging, Brain. Catch up, Brain. Which is it? What are we doing? Is it what is it? Come on, Brain. Come on, Brain, you can do this. I believe in you, Brain. Come on, think. Brain, think. IMBOLC! That's the one! Okay, that took me a while to get there, but IMBOLC! IMBOLC's next. Of course it is. Oh, IMBOLC is just as cute. If not cuter. Yeah, IMBOLC's cute. I had a difficult time designing this one, like knowing what to add. I had a bit of I was like, I don't know, IMBOLC's just like, it confuses me. I don't know why. Like, all I can think of is milk. Like, for some reason my brain associates the word IMBOLC with milk, which it's not wrong, but there's more to it than just milk. So for this ghostie, very cute ghostie, we're wearing a crown made of candles, because again we've got a bit of a fire vibe going on, but in a bit of a different way. And then the crown also is a flower crown out of snowdrops. Snowdrops, very quite obvious one for that time of year. And then I also put St. Bridget's cross on a belt. Do these ghosts have waists? I don't know. This one does. And then they're holding a bundle of sage, rosemary, just a bundle, like a smudge stick, and a bit of smoke coming out of it, because when I think of IMBOLC, I think of fresh starts, new beginnings, that kind of thing. I don't know if that's correct, but that's what my brain thinks. And it's kind of like, I don't know, like spring cleaning vibes. So in my head, I was like, how can I represent that vibe? And I was like, smudge stick. So they're holding a little like sage bundle, which I think is just the cutest thing ever. And the snowdrops, adorable. To say this is supposed to be a Samhain Halloween special, this is the opposite of scary, isn't it? But it was a lot of fun. I was like, how can I make things spooky? And I was just like, ghosts. That's all I can think of, ghosts. I'm just gonna do ghosts. So yeah, what have I put down in my notes for this? Wearing a crown of candles and snowdrops with a Bridget's cross on the belt. And then I put why. IMBOLC is sacred to Bridget, goddess of healing and the hearth. The candles symbolise returning light and the greenery of early growth, because I think I had a bit of green in there somewhere. And then the cross is a protective symbol for the home. Yeah. How cute is that? So yeah, I decided still to do the like pastel-y colours still. Definitely still pastel-y baby colours. But I went for more green. Definitely green, because it's like, it's when you start to see nature returning again, so definitely greens. And then I did a bit of a milky colour on the snowdrops. Even though snowdrops are white, I added a bit of a pinky milky colour. I had to get that milk vibe in there somewhere. And I didn't want to have my ghost holding a carton of milk. It just didn't feel quite right. But then again, Beltane's got a sexy leg, so I could have totally just had some milk, but oh well. So yeah, baby blue again, but a bit more of a brighter, lighter one. And I think I added a tad of like bluey lilac-y on that top candle there as well. Just trying to get those colour correspondency thingies in there as best I can. There we go. Luckily it fit. Carefully placed them. I'm so glad I did these things on sticker paper instead of directly onto the thing itself. I would have absolutely ruined this by now. It would have been disaster by this point. Yep, add in those silvery shadows and the silver on the smoke as well. Looking good. Just one left. And we all know which one this is. It's the Yule one. It's Yule ghosty time. I worked my way all the way backwards to Yule. And it was pretty obvious what to include for this ghosty. I just had to do a crown of holly, didn't I? Of course. I knew what I was going to do for this one well in advance. Definitely a crown of holly. And definitely a cute little scarf. You had to wear a scarf. It's so cute! I'm dying of cuteness over here. And then as something to hold, because everyone's got something to hold, I had to think, what on earth can it be holding? And cinnamon sticks was the first thing that my brain went to. So I was like, sure, okay, then you can have a bundle of cinnamon sticks to hold. Nothing screams Yule quite like cinnamon. Put some pine cones on the scarf as well, a little design for the scarf. Oh, I'm dying of cuteness overload. This is what I mean by I don't know which one is the best design. I don't know which one is my favourite because I keep changing my mind. Every time I see them, I'm like, no, you're my favourite. No, you're my favourite. No, you're my favourite. Let's look at my notes and see what I put for my final ghost. Hey, here's a thing, here's a game to play. Every time I say the word ghost or ghosty in this video, take a shot. Nobody would be alive to tell the tale if you played that game. Don't do it. And every time I say something's cute or adorable, take another shot. Right, my notes say, wearing a holly crown and a red scarf holding cinnamon sticks. Why? Yule marks the rebirth of the sun. The holly is a classic winter plant of protection, and the scarf and cinnamon reflect the warmth and half magic and midwinter coziness. That's the word I was looking for, cozy! Yule is definitely the coziest. All snuggly and warm. I'm so glad my pen didn't run out. I would have rage quit. I would have rage quit if this pen failed on me. I know it will any day now, because I've used it for everything so far. It's got to run out at some point, and when it does, it's like game over for me. It's my favourite black pen out of everything. So colour-wise, pretty obvious again, red and green. Nothing quite screams Yule and Christmas time like red and green. So for the red, obviously the berries on the holly and the scarf itself, I thought I could just make it a red scarf. I didn't want to put too many colours on them. I just wanted like a handful of colours maximum. I'm glad I added colour actually. I thought it would make it look a bit more childish, but when the sexy leg came out, I was like, there's no point. I'm way beyond childish now. Like, like there's no point now. I'm having fun now. This is a fun project. This is not a serious project at all. This is just all about having fun and the challenge of having ghosts for every Sabbat and what they might look like. I've got my cup of tea. I'm sorry, I make myself laugh. I really do. I do make myself laugh. Which is good, I'm glad I can have a laugh at myself. I can have a laugh at my own, yeah. If I sound out of breath at all, it's because I am. Fatigue be fatiguing. But here we go. Last but certainly not least, Yule Ghost. And don't they look lovely? Don't they look lovely? These little groups of 4. Ah, I still can't get over the mohawk on the... Oh, why did I do that? Like, sunglasses, genius idea, but the crown thing, not so genius. Oh yeah, again, I forgot to add the shadows, so I had to go back and do it. When I was looking at them all, admiring my creation, I was like, oh, something's off again. Oh, it's the silver pen shadows, of course it is. So now we've got all the shadows done. This was the scariest part of the whole thing. Oh my gosh, this was the scariest part, because I had to do it directly onto the planchette. And if I made a single error, that was it. Because I couldn't do it in pencil first either. I had to just literally just pray. Just pray that my pens would work. And luckily, my black pen did come through for me, and it looked fine on the gold paint, which was... I didn't think it would, but it did, thankfully. It's because I hadn't really planned the design for the actual words. I was way too invested in the ghosts. I hadn't even really thought about where the actual labels would go, or how I'd even put them on. A part of me was like, should I just leave it without any words on? And I was like, nah. This is supposed to be Wheel of the Year. The whole point of this is so that I know when each Sabbat is. So yeah, I'm using black pen on the gold, and then I'm using white pen on the black. And thankfully, my white pen also was good this time. I don't have the best of luck with white pens. They always seem to just either die on me for no reason, or I don't have one that actually works properly. But I did this time, so I was well happy. So here you can see I'm putting the name of the Sabbat, and then underneath it the dates. Just rough estimates of the dates. Like you can see there, I've got OSTARA, and I didn't have enough room to write March, so I just got Mar. But it's fine, it doesn't matter, forget about it. And then at the top I decided to put like the season. I felt like I needed something at the top, so you can see it says summer, summer, autumn, autumn. And when you turn it round, you got winter, winter, spring, spring. They are all complete now, yay. And it's not too bad at all, considering it was freehand and I had to do that in one go. Yeah, I forgot about this. So I had to do the title, obviously, at the top, Wheel of the Year. But I remembered that recently I had some stencils, and I got some stencils. And I decided to do this design on the top and actually test these stencils out. So using the white because it's on the black, I decided to, yeah, give these stencils a go, and I added this, it's kind of got Celtic vibes at the top corner, and I really liked that. That worked really well. And then for the title, Wheel of the Year, I thought I'd do the W in this fancy font. It's giving medieval vibes, I like it. And then I thought I'd freehand the rest of it and then do the Y in year in the special font. Just because I knew if I tried to fit every one of those letters in, I'd end up ruining it. It'd be awful. to come this far to then ruin it at the last stretch. Can you imagine? So yeah, this was the scariest bit out of all of it, trying to fit in this title at the top. So you can see here, I find the letter Y and decide to go for it. I'm going to need to go to bed after this. This voiceover's doing me in. There it is. Almost there. We've got Wheel of the... Yeah, there we go. And that's sped up. Imagine what it's like in real time. No wonder it was 4 hours long. Wheel of the Year. It's not perfect, but it's mine. Just like my Ouija board. Not perfect, but it's all mine. There's something very satisfying about DIY when you make your own magical things. So there you go. Editing magic. It's now on both sides. Yay. And I added a little exclamation mark at the end because I was a bit not quite happy with it. Wasn't centered enough, so I was like, how can I make it look a bit more? Yeah. Like I say, not perfect, but it's mine. And I was incredibly satisfied at the end of all that. It was such a pain in the ass. But I had to do something. I just had to, and this was it. So these are the final finishing touches. I wanted it to be hangable. I wanted it to go on my wall somewhere. It works as a standalone piece, but it hangs perfectly as well. So I stole a bit of string off of one of my tags, and boom, it can now hang wherever it wants. All done and dusted. So here's a few shots of the final product, along with my last year's Book of Shadow page. You can see the inspiration of the ghosty there. So yeah, got these guys. We've got LITHA, LUGHNASADH, we've got MABON, we've got Samhain. Very cool. And then over on the flip side, we have YULE. We have brain, IMBOLC. Why is IMBOLC so difficult for my brain to process? We've got IMBOLC, we've got OSTARA, and we've got BELTANE with a sexy leg. Right, okay, in the comments, which one is your favourite out of all of them? Which one do you choose as your favourite design? Because I'd genuinely be interested. So yes, this is it on its own. And this is it hanging on my wall. I'm so glad I now have something to tell me what time of the year it is. Little sneak peek of my altar sacred space area for you there. I'll do a tour, I promise, eventually. This is a great project. I'm happy to have done it, and thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.